did lose her brain.
No, I'm not getting on the
boat. It's fine.
What?
You're stupid. Get in here and help me clean it. My mom said that you were the most helpful friend.
What?
Come on.
There's no fire.
There's nothing in there. Keisha, seriously.
Why is the light on?
Come
Do
here.
you need the light on?
Turn the light on. I don't care. Will you help?
What's behind the door?
No. Help.
I'm not.
There's nothing in there. Aisha,
scared.
if I wouldn't be in there.
There's a bird.
My sister's a scaredy cat.
What is it? Is there a turd in the toilet? What is it? Oh my god.
That's for you.
Kind of, I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I was like, what the? Did you do that?
It's floating.
I see that.
I got a bunch of books by Gary Paulson when I was a kid in 3rd or 4th grade. He was one of my favorite authors. I got The Hatchet. I've read this book a couple times and I really liked it when I was little. This is the second part of that book. And it's not as good as The Hatchet, but it's alright. I read this one, I didn't like it. I remember that I did not like this book. Soldier's Heart, I think this book was really dumb too. I don't think I liked it. But I liked The Hatchet. I really did. Didn't like this book that much at all. I don't know even why I got it. I got it at the bookstore when we were going to Italy or something. I wanted a book, and this is the one I got. I didn't get a novel. I got an autobiography because I'm a weird person. This book, I think my dad picked it up, and I am the book holder. Everyone gives me their books. The same guy who wrote The Godfather wrote these books. I don't like The Godfather. I saw the movie and I hated it. So I don't know if I actually ever read this book, but I have it. Then I have pretty much a whole row of Wheel of Time books. See, starts here, it goes to here. I have them all. Gotta get Benjamin out of the way. All of them. It stops here. And then there's more down here, because they won't fit because they're big, and I really like those books. That's one of my favorite series for sure, hands down. I would highly recommend them, but it's gonna take you a couple years if you're not a fast reader like me. I'm a slow reader. It took me about 7 years of my life. That's half my life to get through them all, but they're really, really good, really well done. It kind of falls apart in the middle around book 6, 7, and 8. Picks back up after that though. And I do recommend it. The characters are amazing. I love them. I don't think I'll ever have enough time to read through the series again, but once through was awesome, and I highly recommend it. I got Where the Red Fern Grows. This book was brand new when I bought it, and I've read it so many times that it doesn't look brand new anymore. It's still one of my favorite books. It's just really sweet, very emotional. Characters are super well done. Even the dogs. I like the voice. And I just really like this book a lot. Movies have never even come close to how great this book is, and I would definitely recommend it to you. This is a book that I used in my short story class, and I like the short stories in here. It has notes in it from class and stuff. I like them. They're good, so I kept it. And usually I sell back my books, but I like the stories in this book, so I kept it. Catcher in the Rye. How many people are going to hate me because I say that I do not like this book? Maybe I need to read it again, but when I read it the first time, I did not like it at all. I thought the guy, the main character, was annoying, and I didn't get what the book was about. To me, it was about absolutely nothing. I really did not like it, and I don't like it, and maybe I'll read it again, give it another chance, but when I read it at the beginning of senior year or whenever I had to read it, I did not like it at all. I really didn't. These books, the trilogy, I really like them. They're a fast read and they're action-packed, great character development, great story. Fantasy novel, if you're a fantasy lover, pick up these books. You will not be disappointed. The Pilot's Wife, I have not read this book. Heartbreak Hotel, I have not read this book. 1,000 Miles, I have not read any of these, so I don't know what they're about. Lord of the Rings, plus The Hobbit. I did not like The Hobbit very much at all. I don't like the way it's written. The Lord of the Rings is okay. I like Wheel of Time much better, but this is classic. I did read them. I don't think I'll read them again because I don't like them that much. They're here in my book collection. You gotta have them, I guess. They're pretty necessary. This book, Haven't read it yet. There's a movie about it, so I picked it up, but I don't know if I'll ever read it. It was like $1 at a dollar store or something, and I read it when I was too young to understand what was going on in it, and it's got sex in it, I'm pretty sure, but I didn't really understand that's what was going on. And someone took the book from me when I was reading it and read the first page, and they were like, "Do you even understand what you're reading?" And yeah, so it's kind of an adult book, but I really liked it. It was really interesting. I remember when I read it, it was really interesting. It's fantasy, and it's about women, and they are taking control or something. I don't really remember what it's about. I read it a long time ago, but I did like it a lot, even if I didn't understand it. Got Narnia. Yeah, I tried to read Narnia, but I don't really like it, I realized. Maybe I just haven't got to the right parts. I just don't like the way it's written. It's for kids, I guess, little kids. I don't know. Maybe I should try to read it again. I wasn't in the mood. It feels like a book you gotta be in the mood to read, and I don't know how to read it. I don't know if I'm supposed to read straight through or what, but here it is, and I have it. Maybe I can read it to children that I'm not going to have. My friends' children. Sounds good to me. These Jetty Man books, these books are all about sex, man, and Mayport and sex, and that's all they are about. They are my mom's. I got to Mullet Run, I think, and then I stopped, because they're really weird. And my mom actually had me reading those books when I was in like 6th grade, and they describe sex like it's a porn. Like this Tides of Darkness doesn't do that. It implies sex. These books don't just imply sex. They describe it. And I don't think I should have been reading those books at the age that I was reading them at, but whatever. I read them, and it was all good. I'm fine. I don't really like those books. I don't like the way they're written. They're really simple. The first one was good, Jetty Man. I liked it. But the rest of them, no, just goes downhill from there. Got way too weird. I got Harry Potter. You all know what Harry Potter is about. I got them all, and I like it. I tried to reread it, though, and I just couldn't get through it. I got to Order of the Phoenix, and I had to stop. But when I was a kid, I loved Harry Potter. My favorite one is The Prisoner of Azkaban, and yeah, Harry Potter, good stuff. This book is one I just bought it this year. I'm gonna read it sometime this summer. I have other books that I gotta read first, though. I'm not really in the mood to read fantasy right now, so I'm gonna come back to that later. I am gonna read that one, though. I found this book, and when I picked it up at Everything You Can Fit in Your Bag for $1, some guy was like looking at me and hoping I would put the book away, and I was like, no, this book looks intense. I'm not putting it away, so I want to read this one too. I just don't know when I will have time to read it, but it looks really cool. The rest of these books aren't really books you read. APA Publication Manual, Writer's Handbook, Origami, Art books, tennis teaching books, a couple Bibles. I'm not religious, but I have Bibles from when I was religious. Writing fiction, I really like this book. Also a book that I had to have for class. Post-Secret books, I have 2 of them. I don't know where my other one is. Here it is. Post-Secret books, I have 2 of them. I really like Post-Secret books. They're awesome. I like looking through them. This is my favorite one out of the 2 I have. Chicken Soup, probably won't read those again. Encyclopedia, this book that I got for 50 cents that I will never read. I had another one, I gave it to Keisha as a book for her to read when she couldn't sleep because it's boring, and maybe that would put her to sleep. This book, Charlotte's Web, I don't know why it's down here. Charlotte's Web is a cute book. I really like that one. I really, really do. It's very adorable, and I would recommend it. Boy, or about a spider and a pig and a girl and a goose and a sheep, and it's very good. Garfield comic book is funny. The Scary Storybook Collection, which my sister got for me because she thinks it's so funny, that I have read. I have read Emily stories out of this book to put her to sleep, so it's a good storybook for little kids. Emily's not a child, but stories put her to sleep, so maybe the stories in this book will put your child to sleep. They put an adult to sleep. This book I got when I was in South Carolina. We went ghost hunting, and then I got this book, and the stories are pretty scary. I read My Bird a story from here when I had a bird that, and yeah, then my bird got eaten by my cat. So that's that. Yearbooks, real-time photo book. It's pretty cool. I haven't gotten all the way through it. And an atlas. And that's my bookshelf. That is all. Goodbye.